All right, can you tell us your name and a little bit about your background?
Okay, so my name is Diogo. I'm originally from Brazil, and I've been living in the US for the last 14 years. My wife and I have traveled, lived in 6 different states, so we've been around quite a bit.
Excellent. So tell me a little bit about how you heard about the Inspired Performance Program.
So we had some friends over from Brazil just a couple of weeks ago, and they ended up introducing us to a friend of theirs from Brazil that's currently here in the US opening up a business. And he told us about you. He said you're doing a phenomenal work with helping out people with traumas and things like that. And I got on LinkedIn right away and just sent you a message, and you're great enough to meet with me the very next day. So very excited about that.
So you've had some trauma that's related to business and personal. Can you tell us just a little bit, without getting into any detail, but just a little bit about what you've been experiencing?
Okay, so my entire family has suffered from anxiety and depression. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always heard of everybody going through this. And I was sold a lie that it usually started at 23 years old. And lo and behold, when I was 23 years old, the depression and the anxiety and everything started kicking in. So I've seen therapists, I've seen psychologists, psychiatrists, I've been on the heaviest medications you could ever imagine, and nothing seemed to work. My life in about 8 years was basically 2 weeks inside the house and 2 weeks out of the house working and doing things like that. And I got to understand that I have a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old at home, so that wasn't the most pleasant experience, obviously, with my wife as well, just everything that she had to go through. So we had a lot of the depression and the anxiety over the years. And then we had a very business experience when it came to business just about last year that just completely turned this into a bigger mess. It's kind of like the dog is down, so let's kick him a little more type of thing. It just really, it really builds it up and just gets you to a place where you can't even understand what to do. So that was the biggest thing with me. It's just a lot of not so much the depression now, but just a lot of the anxiety and the confusion and things like that as far as where to go from now. You know, that's the biggest thing, I believe.
Great. Yeah, you did a great job of explaining that. So some personal stuff from earlier with family, and then also now some recent business trauma. So what are you hoping to accomplish with our session here today?
So the biggest thing to me right now is I literally have everything in my hand to do something phenomenal, especially when it comes to business. Obviously personal life as well, and this is one of the biggest things that we've been working on. But I feel like a lot of the things that are holding me back come from that idea and that lie that I was sold, years ago with the trauma and everything else as well, that are not allowing me to move forward. So the biggest thing with getting with you today is just to be able to have a breakthrough and understand that it's just a little disc that's playing that shouldn't be playing in the first place, and I'm getting all these error messages that shouldn't really be there, and that's just holding me back so much it's not even funny. It's literally, I feel like I have my hands and my feet tied up and I can't move.
Well, this is great that you're here today. So what we're going to do is after our session, we're going to do another one so people can sort of see what you've experienced, and then we'll do another post one in 30 days. That's
Sounds
okay
great
with you?
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Excellent. Great. Thanks.
Good.